I thought this polling was interesting. This is whether Democrats should work with the GOP or stop the Republican agenda. But what I want you to look at here is how this has changed. And back in 2017, 74% of Democrats said they should work with the GOP. Now, 57% say they should stop the Republican agenda. There has been a complete shift in the mindset of the Democratic Party. They want resistance. They want a Tea Party,
100%. And what you just said, we should listen to the people. You said, as a congressman, am I correct in saying that? You just said we should listen to the people. Why aren't they listening to the people? There's no leadership. There's nobody doing anything. And what we saw, honestly, was a cave. Yet again, another example with Schumer saying, I don't want the smoke. And we're asking, I mean, they are begging. She just showed the dramatic shift. I don't understand what the problem is. Why is there nobody, for lack of a better word, with some cojones to stand up and say, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well,
if
look,
you know we need it, and I'm not trying to give you the smoke, but if you know we need it, why is it not happening?
Look, we need to throw a punch. That's correct. And the American people want us to throw a punch.
By the way,
And we need
your political punch, not
yes.
literal punch, because then they're going to say stuff.
Now, of course, you know, the proposals that they're bringing are horrendous enough for us to do that, and we should do that.
What's horrendous about the CR? It continues funding the government at Biden.
Horrendous about the CR is that it is a cut.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
If you do not consider the cost of doing business, if you do not consider that the cost of living, for example, has gone up, that everything has gone up.
Now you're changing. It's not a cut. You're being
It's a
dishonest.
cut.
It's not a cut.
It's a cut.
It's continuing
A cut is a
funding the
cut is a
government at the
cut.
same levels. It's not a cut. You voted to shut down the government. You voted to lay off every veteran in the federal government. You're making a passionate plea for why Democrats didn't shut down the government. And now Chuck Schumer can't even have a book tour because Democrats are so enraged that the government was. And I'm just confused because last week I was told that people going and expressing their First Amendment rights was part of their democratic and civic duty. And now Chuck Schumer can't even have a book party with Democrats over it. I'm trying to decide.
I mean, Scott,
what's
I actually think that Democrats are in agreement with you in the sense that they probably think Chuck Schumer should,
Yes,
to
exactly.
Cari's point, take the smoke.
2 weeks ago, he was attacking
Show up and take the he should show up and take the L is what I'm saying. No one's saying he can't have it, Scott. He can do whatever he chose to, but once again, another example of him deciding to hide. I would love for him to go on the book tour so that he can answer the questions of the American people. Security risk perhaps may be true, according to what Abby has said and what his office is saying.
On Democrats.
Who would be the security risk, though?
Democrats are the security risk. It's the same people that are burning down Tesla stores. It is the same people that are spray painting Tesla stores. It's the same people that are burning and setting fire to Tesla cars. It is the extreme, raging, liberal left. And they listen, let me tell you what the truth is. And this is the honest to God truth. And Scott is right. The truth is this, is that the Democrats on one hand are so hypocritical in that they will say, you know what, we need to make sure that we take care of veterans. We need to make sure that we keep these government agencies open and whatever and so on and so forth. And what Chuck Schumer opted to do was keep funding the federal government at the current levels while at the same time still allowing for there to find cuts and ways for us to save taxpayer money. Now, I don't understand why that's such a difficult thing outside of the fact that they don't want Republicans or Trump to win. And what has happened is that Democrats have become so divisive that even when Republicans reach across the aisle in order to work with them, they have become so divisive that they would prefer to shut the government down than to work with people that actually keeps the government funded, resources, people from not missing paychecks, for us to continue to push forward, and for us to keep funding levels at the current level until we get a much more comprehensive spending bill. Now, that is not anything that is extreme, but they are looking to hit him with a punch to fight back. Y'all have controlled the White House, and y'all have pushed through so much legislation over the last 4 years, but yet we're still here having a conversation about y'all trying to push a punch. And Scott was right. Chuck Schumer can't go on tour because of liberals, not because of Republicans, not because of people that are extreme on the right, because of crazy liberals that will not move towards the middle, and they are going even further left despite the fact that the polls are showing that they are plummeting, and they are not plummeting because they kept the federal government open. They are plummeting because they're continuing to go far left. Scott is right. He is 100% right that when you finally see people working across the aisle, because we are not supposed to be so divided, that the issues that we're divided over is not the things that people voted over in the majority, and we won all of the swing states. And there is a mandate from the American people to do exactly what is going on right now. And people, the Democrats, are so mad that we are moving fast with progress, funding the government, and finding all of the issues that they are suing every single chance that they get in court. They are threatening people like Chuck Schumer to where he can't even do a book tour. And people hate Trump and hate America so much that they're willing to go all the way to the end of the world to hate them and even hurt themselves because they are looking for somebody to throw a punch. But that is not going to win you an election. That is not going to keep your seats. That is not going to stop Trump from continuing to do what he's doing. It's not going to stop us from paying off the national debt. It's not going to stop us from doing tariffs. It's not going to stop us from creating jobs for the American people. It's not going to stop us from keeping men out of women's bathrooms. It's not going to stop us from no longer supporting diversity, equity, inclusion, and instead having a merit-based system. It's not going to stop anything except for continuing to make y'all look bad. Scott Jennings is absolutely correct on this.
I don't know.
Who
All
would
I'm
be the
saying
security
Wait a minute.
risk?
The book is about.
Who is the risk?
Scott,
Can we just admit who the risk is?
The book
left,
is about
right?
anti-Semitism, right? So I guess somebody that might be anti-Semitic might target
So, the left.
Chuck Schumer. Tomorrow,
Yes.
he's supposed to be on The View. I think that hasn't changed. He'll be
Are
on
we
the hot seat
saying that
there.
nonsense?
I also think he should go on this book tour because if we are talking about Republicans who don't have the cojones, to quote you, to show up to actually even do town halls, even though
Because we know that it is going to be a bunch of liberals that are there that literally are plants to make things uncomfortable for the people, and it's not going to actually speak to the people that's in their district. We already know what it's going to be.
there were town halls of constituents all over the country this weekend begging the Republicans to show up and answer questions. They refused to do so. But so I think Chuck Schumer should face the music, as harsh as it may be, should
just want
answer
somebody to
people
vet.
and should portray some leadership and confidence, which he has done in the past.
Okay, I think Chuck Schumer was the adult in the room. He did what the American people want. The American people want government. They want
Facts.
people to get deals done. And the fact of the matter is, people don't want to punch. The fact of the matter is, people are actually excited. NBC News on Meet the Press, they reported their polling found the highest level of enthusiasm and the country going in the right direction since 2004.
Flies right in the face of all of these liberals that's on this panel that's talking this nonsense.
20 years. So President Trump
They
is doing
mad at that,
exactly
too.
what he campaigned on. That's why 76% of people said, according to CBS polling, agreed with his State of the Union speech, which included a lot of independents and a lot of Democrats who were watching that speech.
Cari.
That is why.
Cari, my namesake, Cari.
Yes, my fellow Cari.
You do know what you're saying is incorrect. I don't care about the polling.
Talk to
The
NBC.
American, I don't care what NBC is saying. I can talk to the people on the streets. Are you on the streets? Are you talking to
So the polling don't matter. The streets do matter, even though she's not on the streets talking to the people on the streets. Okay, I got you, baby. I got you, Cari.
people
in real life situations who have everyday jobs who are saying they're unhappy? You know very well.
Are you saying
that no-
CNN
Wait,
polling
so
is
they're
wrong?
saying-
no,
saying
no. What
that-
I'm saying is,
that Joe
don't do
Biden
me.
under-
Don't try me today, Scotty.
We
what
put
I'm
out a-
saying
we
to
put
you,
out a
What?
CNN
you
poll.
know,
Are you
by
saying
and
our polling
large,
is wrong?
no. What I'm saying to you is that you know, by and large, people are not happy. This
No,
is
they're
not,
very happy. They're unhappy with Democrats.
You're happy.
They're happy with Trump.
You're happy. Democrats aren't happy.
Let me-
We're not happy with Democrats and the way they're
let me
handling
try to
the
sort this out
situation.
real.
Nothing like a good hot-headed black woman to just the liberal black woman to just say, tell Scott, don't start with him. So ignore the data, ignore the stats, ignore the polls, ignore the streets, ignore people that's actually happy with what's going on. I am very happy. I have not been more excited about the United States of America than I have been right now in a very, very, very long time. But that's just me personally. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, teach Hanley 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.